Hi guys, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel. Oh my gosh, it's story time. Can you believe it? We have missed so many story times. And can you believe I look like I don't even know. It's bad. It's like I look like a lollipop or something, but I also look like a baby doll with no hair. But I look like a man. I'm not sure what I look like, but it's bad. But there's a reason for it, you know, there always is. So today, okay, I had all these ideas, and then I kind of like laid out my week, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna be putting out 2 more videos this week anyway, because like, I just got the content, I just got stuff to put out, and I wanted to put one out today, but I was like, no, I need to stick to Wednesday story time, so that's what we're gonna do. And I just have been all over the place today. I'm like, you know what? I am gonna do a mask and just like tell my story. And I haven't done my Aztec one for a while. And this is just what I want to stick to now. I think we're gonna start doing like a little facial something. Maybe we could have like spa day or something every week when I tell my story. Oh, and also this is on because like, okay, I'm not even gonna talk about my hair. Like, something's going on with my hair, okay? Like there's stuff going on back there, but you can't see it because it's bad. We're in the process of doing something. It's gonna look bomb, hopefully, in a couple months, but right now it's bad. And I'm getting a weave put in tomorrow for the first time ever, but my hair needs to be re-dyed again before the weave tomorrow, and you just can't see it right now. Nope. I was like, you know what? Just leave this on. Perfect for spa day. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna do my Aztec mask. I was looking around, snooping around, and I'm like, no, you know what? I have all this stuff, and there's all this face stuff, and I truly just like to stick to what I like. That's what I'm gonna do. I do have this micellar. I use it all the time. That doesn't mean I know how to say it. Sitting around. I had bought this from Sephora. This is the pomegranate one. So I'm going to use this to cleanse my face. I am going to mix up apple cider vinegar with my mask, put that on my face, and attempt to talk and tell my story. I'm going to put this lip scrub on my lips because my lips are so dry, and I realized it was because I've been using the retinol, and I've been doing a little something extra. But that's like all for my retinol video. See, I'm always like this, like all over the place. But lips definitely need some TLC, so I'm gonna put this on. So just so you know what I'm doing while I'm talking, because I'm not really gonna explain once I get going here. Time to tell the story. So we left off before vacation. But as I said before, if you guys have any questions as we're going, please feel free to ask. You know, I'm a very open person. I'll try to answer what I can publicly. If there's stuff I can't answer publicly, or you need to talk, whatever, message me. You know, I like to talk. It's the kind of person I am. So never hesitate, truly. Never hesitate. And if I don't get back to you and stuff, just be like, Natalie, you're an idiot, answer me. I never do it on purpose. It's that my life is truly all over the place, like to the point I can't handle it sometimes. That's all that it is. I don't mean to ever not answer somebody. But so yeah, so my fiance died August 22nd, 2015, so it's gonna be 3 years this summer, and he died 2 months before our wedding and a month before our son turned 1, in case someone's new and doesn't know. So yeah, it's been a struggle. I have an addiction problem to opiates, heroin. I'm on Suboxone currently. I've been doing good for quite some time. I don't keep a clean date because I don't consider myself clean because of this. Like, in my personal opinion, I just will keep my clean date once I get off Suboxone. I'm doing really well. I started my own makeup business and I beauty blog. So yeah, there's a little tidbit about me. So anyway, so when he died, I went nuts. So I relapsed, and oh man, I just remember it was like the day he was buried when I relapsed, and I just went so nuts. There were points in my addiction when I was doing like a brick of heroin a day. I don't know if anyone knows those statistics or that stuff, but that's not good. It wasn't the whole time, but it got very, very bad after Sean died. That, I would say, was like, so I've always been an addict, like addicted to something, you know, but after my fiance died was when things got super out of control, and that was when I like crossed the threshold, kind of like what I like to call it. And for people who haven't heard me talk about that before, it's almost like it wasn't like your brain switches when you're an addict. At least mine did. It switched from Natalie to someone else. And yeah, it was happening for a really long time. But there was a point when I could like actually be like, oh my gosh, like it switched. I'm someone else. Like I could tell. And out of all my years of using, that didn't happen until my fiance died. That was when like I got really, really bad. It was just like the opiates took over and nothing else mattered. I was living alone with my son, and I'm trying to think of like some stories to tell you guys of like that time period. So there was a time, now see, this is something like I don't really like to talk about, but I'm gonna tell you guys about. So it was probably like not even 2 months after Sean died, okay? And I was really, really not in a good place. So I do counseling. And I had done it, like, I've done it for a long time because, like, I'm in the Suboxone clinic right now. But I was in it back then, too. Now, yes, at the time of the story I'm telling, I was using, but I had just relapsed, like, 2 months before. So I had been in the Suboxone clinic for like a long time, doing really good, you know, going to counseling twice a month because that's what they required. And even once I relapsed, like after Sean died, they never kicked me out. And it was because, I mean, yeah, it got to a point they should have, but like I was doing so good for so long, and I think they had sympathy, like, because they saw, like, how much I was hurting, you know? I think that may have played a role in it. The story, man. So I was driving to counseling, okay? And I had no business driving my son around, in all honesty. I truly, truly did not. When I think of the stuff I did, trust me, it makes me sick. It makes me sick because my son is, he is the sweetest boy you've ever met. He deserves the entire world. He truly does. So I'm, driving to counseling, and a lot of times I would have counseling, and I feel like my parents or somebody, like, before, like, Sean would have watched him, now he's not there, so, like, my parents or someone usually would take Sean, like, if I was going to counseling or something. Honestly, I was probably sneaking around so much, that is why, like, I was taking him and my parents weren't watching him, because my parents really never, they help me so much with my son. They truly do. So I have counseling and I'm doing stuff I shouldn't be doing. And even if I wasn't, I really had no business driving anyway, because of just the mental state I was in was just not good, like severe depression. It just was not good. I had no business driving myself around. and could have like hurt anyone on the road, let alone with my year-old son in the car. He had just turned a year. So I'm driving to counseling, and the counseling place was like, it was like to one-on-one counseling. It was like the road that the counseling place is on. Okay, I'm gonna try to like explain this to you. So I was already on the road the counseling place was on. So the counseling place is right here, and I'm driving this way towards it. So traffic is coming this way, and I'm driving this way. So in order to get here, and that parking lot's right in the front, I have to turn like that. So I'm going to go across traffic, because traffic's coming that way. I'm going this way. Got to turn that way. So when I'm using, a lot of times, like, my judgment and my perception is off, and I obviously do not realize it. I think that it's on because you don't understand. You think you're fine, but you're not. And that is something I've noticed because I wreck a lot. I don't know if I've ever told you about all my wrecks, but I wreck a lot. I could do a video on my car wrecks alone. Wow, I'm really like intense right now. So I'm turning and my perception is off. Oh my gosh, this is so gross. Do you see that like sticking when I talk? So I'm turning and my perception is off. I turn and a tractor trailer is coming, okay? And I turn too soon. I turned too late, I guess I should say. I don't know. I thought I was obviously going before it, is what I thought. So I was turning too late. I had a little Mazda 3. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I had this little red Mazda 3 forever. I loved that car. It just got me through so many times in my life, like I think of, because like I had that car doing just a lot of stuff. Good, bad, ugly, great, amazing, just a lot of stuff. Had that car with Sean, then he died, and that was like, okay, so I have the car still that we had together. So I'm in the front seat, and I always have Sean opposite me. So he wasn't in the center, he was in his car seat off to the side. So I'm here, he's here. So think, I'm turning this way, his side is coming around to see the traffic, the oncoming traffic. So I turned too soon, I turned too late in front of a tractor trailer that is coming. It gets me. A tractor trailer smashed my entire car, a little Mazda 3, around my son. Like, he was sitting there, okay, and the car just smashed around him, totally around him. Nothing happened to him. I remember, like, when it was like in the moment where you can't do anything and you know you're wrecking, and like I'm spinning across the highway, like over to the parking lot, and I remember just reaching back for him, and like his face, like nothing, no reaction other than like looking at me, because he didn't understand we were wrecking, you know, and like going like this, like to grab him, because like what's your instinct, like there's nothing else you could do at the moment. And like I go to grab him and we're spinning, and then we get there and I start freaking out, like probably even more so than a normal person would, because I was using, so it was like even worse, you know, like you're not even that you're worried about it, but just like your emotions are batty, like when you're using. So I'm like, oh my god. And honestly, he started crying then, once I was going nuts. He didn't cry over anything. So yet again, that was another, like, people are always like, you know, like I complain about the charge that I got, but I'm sitting here like, what story to have? I have stories, man, and I have stories that I really can't tell a lot of, you know, you understand, like, come on, I'm on YouTube, that you just wouldn't believe, like you truly just would not believe a lot of my stories, and like those, my life is like a story like that daily, and like I'm not making it up. anyone who knows me in person, it's just so goofy. So I'm freaking out, and this counselor who was just awesome to me, she was at that counseling place and then ended up coming to one I was at later, came out and helped me. I think I was on my way to see her. This other guy who was awesome came out. I remember he was holding Sean. I'm going nuts. The cops are called. Nothing happens. They didn't even mention drug use. Like, didn't even mention it. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, yeah, you know, like, so I didn't get in trouble. It was just like a wreck. Like, she's dumb. She's going through a lot. Her fiance died. Like, I have had so many things like that happen. You have no idea. So, yeah, so it's just, they said something about like I would get stuff in the mail, maybe about reckless driving, but I never did. I think that was the time. Sometimes it's hard to remember stuff. It seems like there were a couple other wrecks, and then I got a brand new car after that, and I ended up totaling that after having it like 6 months. It was such a nice car. It was like a fully loaded Fusion. I was so proud of it because it was like my first like real brand new car. I totaled that, and I didn't get in trouble for that either. I remember like wrecking, and like paraphernalia was like flying all around the car, and I'm like grabbing it and shoving it in my bra. I was on my way to work. I think it's like a advantage and disadvantage. It's like I never get in my advantage is like how I look and how I present myself. Like, I know when I can act goofy, or I know when I need to act like a certain way, and when I'm wrecking, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so hot. Like, I put my best foot forward, and they never suspect drug use. And it's like, okay, awesome, I don't get charges. Advantage. But is it, or is it a disadvantage? Because then it's like, not only do I keep getting out of stuff so I can keep going, but it also is like something in your mind that's like, oh, I got out of that again. It's like you become used to it, and then when something happens, it's like you're like, what? Not to me. That can't happen to me. It's like you get this cocky, arrogant way about you, and I definitely had a problem with that, like thinking that I was invincible. So yeah, that was just like, I can't believe I told that. For some reason, I'm able to talk on camera to you guys. I can't believe I told that so calmly, because that's a story that I have a very hard time talking about, because I put my son in grave danger. I truly did. It disgusts me, the kind of person I was, just not being responsible. Like, I don't know if anyone else has this, but when you get clean, it's like, at first you're still thinking of like that life, but then it gets to a point where you stop thinking about that life, and you start thinking like a normal person, whatever that is, and you're like, you couldn't even imagine driving a car high, let alone like other people in it. It's just like, you cannot believe the stuff you did, and that you were so sick. I tell these stories for two reasons. One, because it helps me. I don't know what it is, but it really just helps me to get on here and talk. And sometimes I have problems, like I don't like meetings, and I have problems like sharing my stuff, and for some reason I'm able to do it here. And I do it also because I know for myself, when I was using and I was in the absolute depths, like despair, just the worst of the worst, I would look up addiction videos. It was like this comfort to know I wasn't the only one, and there was someone else out there that was sick like me. And even if I could just help you for a day or for an hour and give you hope, you know, I'm not better. I'm still sick. Like, yeah, I don't go out and shoot heroin, but like, I'm still sick. Like, I have so much to work on, you have no idea. I was just saying that the other day. Like, I talk and like I'll get on my high horse, but then it's like I'll date the scum of the earth, and I'm like, and then as soon as I do that, even if I don't go and use with them, I start thinking, you know, and like, and it just starts making me feel some type of way, because I feel I'm truly not totally ready to date yet, because dating is the one thing that throws me off my game. Like, I noticed I got good with everything else, but dating throws me off my game. It gets me off. Like, I'll start putting my makeup aside. I wanted to hang out with the dude more, and more nights him, less nights makeup, and I'll start causing fights, and I'll start thinking about using, and like, that stuff doesn't happen when I'm single. I'm able to be on track, and I finally admitted that to myself the other day. I was like, well, that has to mean that I'm not ready to date. And that's like really big for, I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not going to. I could probably tomorrow I could have a boyfriend. You don't know, I'm crazy, but like, at least I acknowledge now that like I probably am still too sick to date, you know. Love messes us up. Love is the one thing that messes us up. So like, you know, that is my one downfall. I mean, I have a lot, but that's my major one. So yeah, I told my little car story. I can't believe I did that. Let me know if you would just like to hear for a couple weeks. Maybe I could do like I could tell one story for a whole video, or a couple of stories. Let me know if you want to hear some stories from during that time period, the relapse, before we move on to when I go into rehab. Let me know that down below. I believe it's 2 days, 1 day, 2 days until the Jeffree Star Thirsty Palette giveaway starts on my Instagram. But head over there. You have 1 or 2 days left to enter the Kat Von D giveaway, which is going on right now. I always have a giveaway going on my Instagram at all times, so you can check that out. Head over, follow my page for makeup looks. I post a lot. I have been slacking because of my business, but I do try to, I'm definitely posting every other day. Subscribe to my channel, you know, for makeup and skin and drugs. I don't know. What do I do here? I just talk, and I'm an idiot. I just talk, and I'm nuts, and I talk about makeup and life and just like crazy stuff. So if you want to do that, subscribe. And yeah, and I guess you can like my video, and yeah, I think you're gonna see me 2 more times this week, because I have a video I have to put out tomorrow, and then I want to do a weave video. That's it. So let me know if next week's story time you want to hear some more stories of that time period, just little mini stories of things that happened. Yeah, that's it. Bye.